They can't hear us still because he hasn't changed it. But
Yeah, they can't hear us. Everybody. What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 33 here on Gus Rico with Baseball 4 Podcast. Again, another episode on a Friday. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, joining us, and thank you for all the support. Before we even get started, we just want to say, what we're going through. We want to bring that up with these wildfires out there. They're everywhere. We live in the valley of the 818, San Fernando Valley. We're surrounded by them. Everywhere we look, we see a fire there, and those that have been affected, we're really sorry, and hopefully everything turns out okay for you guys. We keep praying for you guys, and this is where we come in as a community, and we come in strong, and we come together. But it's sad to see out there. I mean, me myself, I've been watching the news, and I caught myself the other day, and I pretty much stopped watching the news, and I watched Notre Dame versus Penn State, and that kind of got distracted. My mind got distracted a little bit. So again, we're really sorry for what you guys are going through, and if there's anything we can do on Brace Baseball Academy, please feel free to reach out. Some quick updates here. We're back next week. We didn't practice this week due to the fires. Uh, Obviously, we practice at a high school, and Birmingham High School it's pretty close to some of these fires, so there's no school. There's nothing going on. If you guys can stay indoors, that'd be even better. Uh, so next week we're back. We're back on. Hopefully, here we go. Fundraisers. We got our 9U fundraiser for Navy. I believe they're raffling something out. If you guys are interested, let us know. We have a 12U fundraiser coming up next month, poker night. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll repost that post in the next couple of days here. So that's going to be a good one, actually, if you want to play poker or come support. Excuse me. Our tryouts for this Sunday got postponed. I'm going to come up with a new date. Again, they got postponed because of the wildfires that we're going through. So if you guys still decide to try out, come try out. Feel free to reach out, email me, Brace Baseball Academy at Gmail, and we will try to set up a date for you guys. If not, we'll see you guys on our makeup date. That's all I got. To my left, co-host Andy Lira.
hi, yeah, welcome. Like he said, sorry to everyone that's been affected by the fires. I did do them in Silmar, so we had a little scare here and there, but so far we've been good. But yeah, so let us know. I know there's a couple of players that parents have reached out to because we are playing this weekend. Let us know, see how we can help and do that in. So once again, prayers out to you guys, and we'll do our best to do what we can to help each other out here and next to make everybody's lives a little easier. But this podcast right here it has another great one. We Mexican heritage and all that stuff is huge for us, and why not go back from back to back podcast and it's, within the last 3 weeks of that, and see how it goes. He's a Mexican pro scout, a great guy that does travel ball with grind travel ball, nothing less but Mr. West Aguilar.
Hey, what's up, boys? Thank you for having me.
Compa
Uh,
West.
I feel blessed. I feel blessed now.
Stop it. Stop it. We've been trying to get you on
No,
forever, and you've
I
been
know, I
big
know, I
leaguing
know.
us, man. No, I
No,
think I
not
tried
at
to get
all.
you to come actually to the studio, and you were like, "What are you talking about, man? Like this, that's pretty far."
Yeah, it's like three and a half hours away. I was like, damn, Gavin might or something. Nah, I'm just playing.
No,
No,
man.
no, dude. Thank you for having me. You guys are doing a great job with the podcast. I've been tuning up for a few Avilas, Rocks,
Yeah.
and a few more. So thank you.
No, for sure. It's a good content for everybody. I mean, for your players, your parents, our parents, parents out there. Like I said, it's good content for everybody. You own your own baseball organization, travel ball. You do an amazing job out there with those kids and parents. And before we get into the travel ball, how you started that grind baseball, I kind of know a little bit of the backstory because you and I shared some stories together. But why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, a little bit about where you grew up. Let's get into a little bit where your baseball career and what you're doing now.
Yeah, sure. Well, I grew up in Tijuana, Mexico. The first 10, 12 years of my life was we were there. I was crossing the border, going to school over here, living that American dream. Um, Parents were driving back and forth. At that point, we used to play I used to play in Tijuana. There, Little League for us was not an option here in the States. We got lucky that my brother got into a high school that is pretty. It was pretty good at that during that time of our stage of our lives, and I was Montgomery High School, and I was lucky that the coach there was wanting to have me there practicing with them and all that stuff as a sixth grader.
Nice,
That was my first path in the states, to be honest. And then we finished playing in Tijuana when I finished playing like at 13, 14, and went all in over here in middle school. And there you go. Never played travel ball. There was no travel ball back in the day. There was no, well, there was Little League, but for us, that was not an option because back in the day, Tijuana was a little bit better because it was pony rules. So that's how I started, and then moved to the states 100%. Played high school, college in Texas, and then pro ball with Sultanes and Puebla, and now here coaching.
nice, nice. So get a little background. I mean, you know, you and I both know what that grind out. From the Tijuana kids and like or rocks doing out there in those mochis. It's different. It's different. We'll get into that as well. But uh, man, that's great. That's great, Wes. So you've been like I said, you've been doing a great job with this your organization. You've been grinding. That's what you represent. Grind baseball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
So yeah, with ground baseball. So there you going, and then so like you said, you grew up in Tijuana, then you came over here to the states, going back and forth, and you fully came in high school. Um, to then to now, how do you think the elevation of baseball in Tijuana has gotten elevated since you do still go back and forth there to this day? With that, or do you think that it's still the same old thing? The U.S. kind of caught up to it to where it's like travel ball has gotten better, and it's actually travel ball has helped kids in Tijuana and then kids out here at the same time.
No, I flipped the other way around, man. Uh, USA baseball right now, it's unreal,
Right.
unreal. I think this is what I tell the kids. The kids that are playing baseball right now, they're on the best face of baseball to be to be a youth athlete, a youth baseball player. Because now there's coaches like us that played at the next level that are coaching. Back in the day, you had parents coaching. That some of the parents didn't even play the game. You were waiting for the high school to get a college. I'm sorry, a coach that at least played college. Now you got the rap sodos, you got trackmans, You have the clean fuegos, how to throw the ball on top of the base, get on top of the ball. You got a lot of metrics that you can use, and a lot of coaches that are willing to give back.
Right.
So that's why I think the USA baseball just took over. Like hands down, you see the difference of just Chula Vista and Tijuana. Before it was the other way around.
Hmm.
Now it's totally different, and now that I'm on this boat, we're blessed to provide those opportunities for those kids that are on the same boat that I was 20 years ago to come over here in the States and play their baseball, play their game, and show the people from the States that they're willing to compete at this level.
Man, you're right about that. The Rapsodos, the hit tracks, the TrackMan, now the spin rates, and all those gadgets that they have now. I mean, that's just extra resources for these kids nowadays. There's indoor facilities. There's cages everywhere. Ever since the pandemic hit, everybody built a cage
Yep.
or build something. You know what I mean? Because we didn't know what we were going through, what to expect. But you're right about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's where the kids, out here, especially in the U.S., got to be understanding, thankful that the resources are there, and and be fortunate because like we talk to Rocks, and Los Mochis, those kids kind of are, that they'll take whatever they can
Right.
and make the best with it. I think those kids and
It's different mentality.
yeah, that's for sure. The mentality, I think it's the biggest thing in the
Yeah.
sense because it's like over here we kind of take these for granted, while over there they try to take advantage of any opportunity that they can have,
Right.
and I think that's where if we can try to keep that mentality going with whether you have the resources or you don't, it usually blends in and they help each other because a lot of times you'll meet these kids in high school, in college, in pro ball, and then you tell each other these stories and you realize like man like we're not too much different. The only difference was that I had some more resources than he did.
For sure.
Yeah,
So
but I think the resources is not an excuse to be honest. So it comes down to, hey, how bad do you want it? You know,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah,
and some of the kids they need that. They need that fire inside them.
for sure.
And a lot of the kids from the other side of the border, they don't have it, so they have that fire. So it's a little bit different, but it's the mentality that you're gonna bring into the table.
Yeah. All right. So I want to get into grind baseball, Wes. We you started from scratch. You started from nothing. And I remember the first time playing you at your field, Sequan, I believe. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Sequan Casino.
Sequan Casino Field. And obviously, we have a lot of respect for you. Uh, but yeah, I mean, how did grind baseball come about? Yeah,
And yeah,
take your
it's
time.
been a freaking grind, man.
the
So
mentality.
this is yeah. So let's start with the name first. The
Well,
name,
before you get started, I mean, I want to throw it out there that you have a lot of competition. You have San Diego Stars, you got San Diego Show, you got CBA, and then who knows what other team is out there, from San Diego. So go ahead, but I mean that's why I think the respect is even a lot more because you started from nothing and you have to compete against those high profile programs. So go ahead, grind baseball.
so yeah, I started from nothing, right? I started from nothing, but the reason I think we're the way we are right now, or we earned that respect, is because that mentality came. I built that mentality since I was 10, crossing the border at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
what exactly? So doesn't matter. I took the player's mentality
Yeah,
to the coaching mentality to the business side of it. I was like, well, how hard is it to build a good program? So I was just like, doesn't matter who's in front of me. We're gonna grind. We're gonna keep it going and see what happens and look where we at. But yeah, we started from scratch. Grind baseball, the word grind. We started because a group of kids like Vitor Rizarraga, who's now a prospect for the San Diego Padres,
el
and
cachorro.
Carlos. El Cachorro,
Mm-hmm.
and now Carlos Oquita, who's coaching for me, and Adrian Vallejo. I was those were the first three kids that I started working with
Okay.
on one-on-one private lessons while I was still playing baseball. Uh, and then the kids were like, "Hey, start an Instagram so that they can see us work out. They can see this, so that the girls can see us. Simple as that." So I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna start. I'm not gonna put videos on my own private Instagram account." So I started an account with the. I wanted a word that I was gonna that is used in sports but not baseball related word only. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something that it's the grind, the day to day, it's part of it. You know, they
Yeah.
go hand in hand. Baseball and grind go hand in hand. But Coach Gonzo from my 4 year college in Kingsville, he used to use that word a lot every day. And that got stuck in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's actually cool. Nobody has grind. Nobody. I don't see that word
Yeah.
in any baseball teams or basketball teams or whatever. So I was like, we're gonna use that word. So I started that Instagram with that word, grind baseball, and just took over, man. It
Yeah.
just that little group of kids asked us to start a team. I was still playing. I was like, you know what? I can help you guys through all my off season.
Yeah.
I was with Monterrey at that point, and then my brother took over. I was like, you guys can play for my brother. I can help you guys out and go from there. So that was our first, I guess, grind team. It was nothing crazy, just a bunch of kids from the area with a lot of talent. Out of those 16 kids, 12 went D1. Uh,
Man.
just dry fits, simple dry fits, a hat, and we started playing those local events. Nothing crazy. It was a bunch of kids that didn't have a team. They were not invited. They didn't even knew travel ball. No perfect game history. None of that. And that was our I guess backyard team.
Yeah.
And that team just, I guess we just took over and then
Look where you're at
started
now.
another team.
Another one.
And then COVID happened, so there was no baseball season. So I was like, you know what? What's gonna happen? They canceled the Mexican League. They canceled minor leagues. They canceled everything. So there was nothing going on. And then I was like, you know what? I already have a bunch of kids giving lessons with, so I might as well just start a 12U team. And that's when we played you guys for the first time.
Yeah.
And just we took off, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, for sure. So how many teams do you have right now?
Three,
Not including
seven,
your national teams.
seven. Well, the
Seven.
thing is that with our national team, it's 95% of the kids are from our team.
Man, look at that.
Damn.
Yeah. 7 teams, and I know that the grind is real. From it's not just going to a baseball field and try to go win a game and competing against the other team, but as an owner, Wes, you know what it takes. You just mentioned some key words of, like, we weren't in the perfect game, we weren't doing this, we were just playing local stuff, and now you know what it takes to, if you want to join that tournament. Do you have the horses to do that? They're expensive. They're not cheap tournaments, and do you want to go out of state to PGI? The travel part of it, and organizing administration part of it. It's not easy, and I think Wes can agree.
No, it's not easy at all. I learned it through the process,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still learning through the process. Like if I have you, I have Avila that are like I we go hand in hand when it comes to that. You guys help me out a lot, and if it wouldn't be for you guys, to be honest, nobody here in San Diego was gonna help me out.
No.
There was no chance because they knew the potential, and they knew that we know a lot of people that can help the kids out.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that part of travel ball, the directors, what type of tournaments,
Yeah.
uh, where to go, how to do all that stuff. No, I was clueless. Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes like any other business,
Right.
but I was clueless. I was going through the process of it and see what happens.
So going on that journey of started to where you are to now, I know those tournaments, right? Those how much of that because going from local tournaments to the PG tournaments to really seeing the whole aspect of Southern California at that sense, or even Northern California as well. How much do you think that's elevated you as a coach, as a program, and as you seen it elevate your teams as in players?
Oh, a lot. Like I said, competing against the best teams in the state first. I I thought about it, but I was like, "There's no way." Like, come on, we're from San Isidro, 5 minutes away from the border. It's kind of hard. Uh, but at the same time, I was trying to give that opportunity to the kids around here because there's no travel teams around here that are in my area that are giving those opportunities for those low income kids, those Mexican American kids, those kids from San Diego. It was only a few programs: San Diego Show, San Diego Star, CBA. But I was trying to get something down here, and the moment I did that, and I see what level of competition we're playing, it's awesome for our kids.
Yeah.
You know, having kids that are playing at that competition, it's insane. The California competition is the best of the best. Is the best of the best. We'll go hand in hand against any state in the country.
Yeah.
California is going to be top two, top three. So this is the thing that I tell the kids: if you're top two, top three, if you're one of the top 100 kids in California, you're one of the top 300 in the country.
So what you're saying is we got to put a team together of
We
California kids.
can, we can, we can, we should,
Team
we should, because at the
California.
end, at the end of the
What are
day,
we calling it? What are we calling it?
whatever you want to call it,
We can't
whatever
say
you
it.
want to call it. But at the end of the day, we're here to provide opportunities for the kids.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
We're not building this for our name, for us. I already played. That's what I tell the kids. I already played. I'm just trying to help you guys put. I'm trying to put you guys in the best place for you guys to succeed,
Yeah.
better than the place that I was. Because back in the day, I only knew whole high school. That's it. But what's after high school? I didn't even knew that there was 4-year colleges giving scholarships.
Well, I
Not even
mean,
my parents. My parents don't even speak Spanish. In English, I'm sorry, just speak Spanish.
there's just
So
so much stuff going on out there right now from, from like once the high school season ends, like those kids keep playing and there's so much, so much to do and so much resources now. So, I mean, I feel like yeah, I mean, these kids, I mean, they if they go to the right stuff, you know what I mean? They got to go to the right stuff. I'm talking about high school kids,
Yeah.
because I mean, the youth baseball is like you kind of have to play in tournaments. You have to, even though we might say be against it, but you have to play in tournaments that might be a little more expensive than others.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, you got to always test the waters out. You know what I mean? I think, like, eventually, like, you start from the bottom, and it's crazy because the two programs here they start the same way, kind of,
Yeah.
and had that same organic, authentic way of forming. And then it's like, hey, you know what? Like, you start becoming competitive within yourselves,
Yeah.
where it's like, hey, we're dominating within 10, 20 minutes of our radius. Let's go venture out to 30, 45 minutes. And the next thing you know, you're wanting to compete as a coach, and then you believe that your team and your players can compete at that level, knowing the kids not knowing that that's what's going to get them better in the long run. Because once you get into high
Yeah.
school, you're gonna be competing against juniors, and you're a freshman.
Yeah.
You're gonna that age thing doesn't matter anymore at that point. Even though in child ball is just age, in high school that goes all out the window. You're having 18 to 14-year-olds compete against each other, right? So I think that's what's always the best way to go about it, where it's like, hey, we're not going to go and throw you in the fire, but we are going to touch the fire eventually.
Right.
Oh,
And
we
you know what I
touched
mean?
that fire right away as Gus. I remember my first 12U team. Uh, dude, we from scratch, right? From
Yeah.
scratch. A lot of kids that were looking for teams. A lot of kids from the area with a lot of talent. But I didn't have no chance, no clue. Like I was clueless. Well, I knew Avila was like posting rankings and doing this and doing that. I've talked to Avila, like, Avila, come on board. I want to play for you. I want to play against you. And he was like, bro, you're killing me. Like, how good is your team? Dude, don't worry about it. Just come. I want to see your team. I want to see how good you are, because I want to be there, right?
Yeah.
And we had a good team. Yeah, I think we lost one. We won one. And then Gus was like, hey, I want to play you guys. And I was like, all right. And I called Avila. I was like, hey, what's up with those guys from Braves? I was like, no, they're good. And I was like, But that's testing the water. Because at the end of the day, that's the mentality you want to bring
Yeah.
to the table.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I mean?
sure.
Like
Yeah.
we're new. I had no freaking clue about travel ball. I just saw the rankings and all that stuff, and I was like, I want to play those guys because if I play those guys, I'll see what I need to do.
Yeah.
Maybe not now, but 3, 4, 5 years down the road,
Yeah.
and look where we're at now.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing for a coach, but that's also a mentality that some of these, let's be real, parents around us need to have too, because a lot of times it's like we go test the waters and then we may take a little licking here and there,
Go ahead, be real.
but not understanding that hey, that's gonna benefit us
Say it with your chest, though.
in a
Say it
year
with
or
your
two. You know what I mean? Like
Say it with your chest. though.
so that's hey man. What, dude? Like, what do you want me to say? I'm just saying,
Hey,
bro.
but
Like,
not only
as a
parents,
Get him
coach,
yellow with it.
bro,
Yellow
as a
But
coach,
hey,
that's
but
good for us to
not
go
only
do.
parents though,
No,
coaches too. There's a lot of programs that don't test the waters.
Of course, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like your mentality, right, which is a coach's mentality with a parent's mentality, it can go hand to hand. But then there's
Yeah.
also times where parents have the mentality, but coaches don't want to go do that because they might put their name on the risk or they don't want to ruin their reputation. And that it's
Which
like,
which
dude,
which my point of view, that's stupid. My point of view
yeah,
as coaches, if we take that route, we're not doing it for the kids.
correct.
That's my point of view. Because at the end of the day, who doesn't matter if you're ranked or not. You want to get those kids ready for high school.
Yeah.
And I see it a lot. The kids that don't go and the kids that are not being exposed are the freshmen or freshman JV, sophomore JV, even junior JV. The kids that are we're getting out there, and then yeah, we're losing. We haven't won any national events because we're not that at that level, but we can compete. But the kids that are going and compete at those national events, they're fighting for a freshman JV, top of the order guy, maybe a freshman varsity or 3 years varsity, and that's when we as coaches be like, all right, yeah, that's I did my job.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of times, a lot of people lose sight of that because there's a lot of things happen within travel ball and all this other stuff gets people caught up. But ultimately, that is the goal. But it just like I said, like when you have those fiery coaches, like we have, Gus and yourself sitting here with that, it's gonna make great competition at these tournaments. And it's doing it the right way, and you guys have learned how to do that, and it's beneficial, and I think that's why it's always good to come and speak to you about it and speak to Gus about it because it's like, hey, like how can we get together to keep this going, as far as long as we can.
I mean, you know, the Tomateros were the good friends of ours. Jeremy Jr. and Joe, and they've been doing this longer than we have, and watching those guys, for myself, and I can speak for a couple of my coaches, my brother, like what they were doing back in the days. It's like what they're doing now. Still, they're doing an amazing job. But back in the days, Joe was one of the first ones to, and Rudy Casillas was they were one of the first ones to win a natty, or to build those kind of teams. And I'm like, man, like Wes said, I want to be there one day, and it's a grind. People think that this comes from day, from one day to another. People think like I want to build my own team, I want to build my own organization. Man, it's not easy, right, Wes? It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Like I said, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, and you got to be lucky too.
Yeah,
You got to be lucky. You got to be blessed, and you got to be surrounded with people that are going to help you grow. And and it's a grind. It's not easy finding teams, dealing with parents, dealing with a bunch of stuff. It's hard. Um, I feel that we're there, but we're not even there yet. That's how
right.
hard I think it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So, no, congratulations on a successful organization, and you've been doing a hell of a job out there, and in San Diego. There you are. Look, end of the year rankings, man.
11 you.
To come on, Papa.
Hey, I'm gonna have to get out. I'm gonna have to get out there. We're like, what can we do?
Third in the
So
state.
name a couple players in your grind program. I know you have Seabass, shoot, X Xavier. He went to carry with the Braves,
That's
and
right. Yeah.
name a couple players in your program that that worked their butt off. I mean, they all worked their butt off, but I mean, Seabass going to high school, I believe, next month or next year, right?
Next year. Yeah, we got kids like Gavin Ware
Mm-hmm.
came out of not out of nowhere, but he was on a with YG at a program that is a little bit uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
under the level of the level that we're playing. But I've been working with that kid for 4 or 5 years already.
Nice.
Uh, he's one of Benavides. Benavides came out of freaking nowhere last year,
The
and they
boxer,
saw his arm.
Benavides.
No, Jacob Benavides. He came here. I was, oh, I'm an outfielder. I saw him throw from the off, and I was like, no, you're gonna be a pitcher. And he's our ace right now.
How do you take that though? How do you take that?
Well, like sometimes you see guys that you're not that position. Long term, this is what's you can play that position some tournaments, but long term, this is what we're gonna build you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be this type of guy. You got kids like Caleb Smith, who was he was a B player for all this time, switch hitter. Uh, you got Wyatt Lowe. There's a lot of kids, man. A lot of kids
You got your
that
tall pitcher. What's his name? The tall kid.
Cody Lashley.
Cody.
See, there's a lot that I forget.
Yeah.
We got Cody. We got Derek Perez on the lower divisions. Who's he's
Hey, hey,
three.
you're acting like right now we have the norteño. He can ask for a song. You forgot all the songs right now.
I know, right? I know, right?
Right? Well, when the
With your-
norteño's not
with
there.
Yeah, you know
your
everything though.
Big Oton right next to me, your brother.
So he's listening. He
No,
just texted.
there's a lot of kids, man. A lot of kids that have put in the work, and that's what I'm saying. We're blessed. We're blessed. There's a lot of kids from. We got Colton Winham who plays for us whenever he's local and available. Uh,
Nice.
just blessed. Titan, the little kid, sixth grader from down south.
He plays for
National
Team Mexico,
Team
right?
Mexican, yeah, Team Mexico. X.
Yeah, you gotta.
You name it. We're like I said, we're lucky. Like I consider that I think that we have the best kids per class
Mm-hmm.
in our zone. That not San Diego, but just like the Chula Vista area.
Yeah.
That's what you want at the end of the day.
So you believe in baseball gods,
I do.
right? And so do we. I feel like moving on. I feel like you surrounded yourself. You treated this game the right way, and it's giving you back like our boy Rock says, Benito Isbol. You surrounded yourself with the right people. You've done a great job. Ups and downs. Maybe more downs than ups, whatever. But your coaching staff that you bring to the table, it's second to none.
Grandes ligas.
Yes, yes. And,
Well,
and again,
it's
because I feel like the game, you're blessed. This game, you've done an amazing job with respecting the game.
Yeah.
all it starts as a player. If you want to be a good coach, you got to be a good teammate and a good player.
Right. So these
Um,
guys in Grandes
we
Ligas, your coaching staff, let's talk about them.
Yeah,
well,
let us
we
know. Let
met
us know.
we met through baseball.
Yeah.
Like I said, playing down. I think honestly, after college, going down south, play professional baseball with one of the top organizations like Sultanes de Monterrey. Like I was not even a starter,
Hmm.
but that was the best thing that happened to me. Why? Because that taught me how to be a coach at the next level. Have that mindset of like, yeah, it's possible. Um, and meeting a lot of people.
Hmm.
Those 2 3 years that I was there, 2.5 3 years that I was there, I met a ton of people. Even though I was not a starter, I earned that respect of guys like Cochito Cruz, Milo Salas, Guti Murillo, uh, Ramiro Peña. So like names that are going to be in the
Yeah.
Hall of Fame, names that are going to be in the Hall of Fame down there. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but like I said, all it starts on being a good teammate, respecting the game, show up on time, work extra, stay there extra, and that carried to grand baseball.
Yeah.
A lot of the coaches that we're lucky too that a lot like half of the coaches that are coaching for us they play for us on the first group, so they feel
Nice.
the colors, they know the system, they know what we want, they know, and all those guys play D1 baseball, so from through us, so we're lucky we have that half of the kids that of the coaches that know our system, feel the colors, and they've been there, done that. And then we're lucky that through my career, I met a lot of guys like Jorge, like D Nevares, like Cochito Cruz, that they're willing to give back to the community. Alex Carrasco, who's a minor league coach, a minor league pitcher, that they're willing
Sheesh.
to look
Man, who does
right
your
there.
graphic
Look,
designs? Oh my
come on, Papi.
God.
You think a Mexican is gonna pay another guy to do that? We'll find a way.
Man.
We're lucky. We're lucky to have good coaches, But like I said, all that started a while back. If I
Yeah.
would have be that guy that didn't show up on time, didn't respect the game, none of that. Those people wouldn't be like, working for me. They know that coming over here is going to be quality, and it's going to be a program that, because at the same time, is their name too.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, for
If
sure.
if if I'm not putting something good on the field and during practice,
Yeah.
they're not gonna come. We got guys like Alex Hill, his uncle's Benji Hill, who's the manager for Team Mexico,
Yeah.
World Baseball Classic. Like, you know what I mean? We're lucky, we're blessed that we have coaches that know what they're doing, played at the next level, and some of them they're still playing. So it's cool to have that feedback right off the bat. You know what I mean? From
Hasta hack attack,
coaches
hasta hack
and
attacks tienes. You have hack attacks. You have
everything, bro. We
everything.
started with the bucket of balls and a tee.
You got ball bags now.
Dude,
This guy has
look,
Adidas, sponsored by Adidas.
Got
like the
everything.
first the first bucket of balls. You know how I bought it?
All right, let's hear it.
In TJ Sunday League, every foul ball. Well, there's a TJ in Mexico. Sunday leagues are big.
Right.
But that's kind of like their college ex pros, current pros. They go there, throw there because you get paid.
Right.
So there's a lot of money involved, and each team has their bat boy, and then foul balls come out, and fans get the balls. The bat boy gets the balls, and a lot of balls are bat boys. They keep them so they can sell them, right? And that's how I bought the balls for the bat boys, and that was my bucket of balls, and from there just took
Right.
off.
And now you got ball bags. Now you got,
Everything swag, look good, play good.
hey, so hey, are you guys? What do you got going on over there? You're Adidas or are you Lululemon? I gotta ask you that, man. My brother just texted
Both.
me. You're both. Man,
Both.
I gotta get to that level. Man,
Both swag,
this
man.
guy's selling Lululemon merchandise. Those are like, hey, with the G right here. I was like, man, I want to hear what.
Yeah,
Hey,
both.
we
Well,
got,
no,
we got,
we're
we got what is it, Carhartt? Right here, look, we got Carhartt
God.
for the Husky people.
you gotta invest, compa. No, we got lucky. Lulu called us and was like, "Hey, we're gonna start a line with some with sports and teams and schools and all that." And I was like, "All right, let's see what happens," and we did it.
Nice.
Damn. So we next. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's great. So we still got time. We still got time. So you just put a showcase together not so long ago for kids. There you are. For kids in 2029 or 28 class, I believe, or 2030s. Let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, it's your second, or correct me if I'm wrong. You've probably been doing it a little longer. I mean, you got scouts out there. Yeah, I know you invited my son a couple of times, but he's afraid to go to Mexico.
You don't believe me?
I believe you, but he's telling me to become a Mexican citizen. I'm like, man. But let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot of people know, but Grand Baseball in Mexico, it's an agency to sell Mexican American kids through the international draft. A lot of people on this business, they don't understand that. They don't understand the rules. As soon as you cross the border, it's different rules for
Right.
MLB.
Right.
I'm literally 2 minutes away from that. Why not use those rules? That I know the rules, I know the scouts, I know the scouts that work for MLB teams. Why not? Why not provide that opportunity on my program to be like, all right, you want to play professional baseball at 16? We can use that route, or we can keep doing what we're doing, go to high school, go to college, and then hopefully potentially get drafted. We do that showcase every year. A lot of people might criticize, oh, why so young, 13, 14? But what they don't understand is they started their process at 14 because they signed at 16. So you start at 14 your process because a year before, at 15, you got to put the name into MOB that you're going to be choosing that route.
Right.
So you give that opportunity to the kids at 13, 14, so that scouts can see them and be like, all right, I like this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. And why not? It helps the our players to motivate themselves to be like, oh man, I'm going to be in front of MLB scouts. It was not even a 4 year school or none of that. It's professional scouts, which is the highest level there's out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The advantage that now teams are starting to pay for, well, not teams. MLB has a program that if you sign through the international draft, they pay for your college if you want to go to college, like a chorro. It's so the way I see it is a win-win. If you're a Mexican citizen, all you gotta have is a dual citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, Filipino, Mexican, whatever, Venezuelan, just like Salas. Salas was from Miami. He went to Venezuela because he's from Venezuela. He was there for a year and then signed. Cachorro, same thing. So it's just providing opportunities for those kids that want to play at that level and they're ready for that level. And it's a different market too. A lot of people don't understand the market. They get caught up into the perfect game, stats, and all that stuff. No, it's down there. Just a different market. MOB doesn't look at that. Uh, there's a lot of competition here. So if you're good here, you're probably going to be a superstar or a prospect for international side
Mm-hmm.
for MLB teams. So why not just provide that opportunity if you want to go that route at 16? Look at that right there. So yeah, there was 12 MLB organizations that showed up, 6 cross checkers. Uh, so yeah, we provide that opportunity for our kids and yes, we're an agency in Mexico. We had Cachorro, top prospect now.
Yeah.
That we help them out, and hopefully a few more kids.
That's awesome.
But that now that MOB has that program that they pay for their college, or they give you a scholarship to go to college through while you're playing in the minor leagues. It's a big opportunity for the kids now. It's
Oh,
it's a win-win the way I see it.
yeah. So you can go to college and play in the minors through the international way.
Yeah, you can go to college and do online school.
Oh, that's
Online
true.
school is
There's
the way to
nothing really
go.
stopping you. Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
dope.
So and now the way the system is, all right, the hardest thing is to get that credential, play professional.
Yeah,
Why? Because you do that. Who's gonna pay for your masters and coach? Everybody. Every school wants coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So in reality, schools are been there for 100 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're not gonna go anywhere. So if you have that credential of like, yeah, at least I threw one inning professional, you're gonna you can go to grad school and be a grad assistant and they'll pay for your school.
Sauce. I think my brother's listening. We're gonna send our nephew out there. My nephew, his son,
So
JJ.
yeah, they're paid like for one of the kids from Sinaloa that plays for us. He just signed for the, well, I cannot mention the team, but he signed with one of the teams and they're gonna give him $80,000 to go to school.
Man.
Well, actually, Alex Carrasco, our pitching coach,
Mm-hmm.
he signed for 100,000. At 16, he was not a big prospect, but still 100,000 is like a top 20 round here in the states.
Yeah.
Uh, and they give him college for free, so he is actually going to college right now.
Damn.
And they
Man.
Okay.
paid for their computer, iPad, bugs, all that.
So how often do you do that?
If the guy it's legit and is the best thing for him, why not?
No, but how
You
often
know,
do
like
you have the showcase for
all
these
the
kids?
showcases. So we're gonna have one in February for some kids.
Okay.
So now the Marlins are gonna come down. The cross checkers from the Marlins are coming down from Florida to Tijuana. Uh, but we try to go like every 6 months. But now it's gonna be interesting because there's a few kids that want to go that route. So it's gonna be often. Yankees are gonna come down. Lee Siegman is coming down on the February too. So yeah, we're probably gonna start doing it more often.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that gives a different opportunity to kids too, that and to parents that realize like, hey, there's certain routes out there that now, because I know everybody always like we want to go to the U.S. and play baseball there, but now it's like it's other routes that started opening up where it's like, hey, you know what? You're Mexican American. You can become a dual citizen, and go take advantage over there of that international pool that a lot of us weren't aware of or kind of weren't excited to be a part of. But now it's something that's I think like guys like you that have been able to open that door up for these players to understand. Hey, you know what? If you really want to go this route and the parents agree with it and everything works out, then here's this opportunity and we can run with it. And I think it's always good to venture out your options, right? Like as many options you can get, and whatever realistic option it is for the kid and the family. I think that's always a plus, and I'm glad that you are doing that and giving these kids opportunities like that to that they never probably thought that was going to happen until they met a guy like you. So that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, the system has changed a lot too. The rules have changed, and that has helped a lot of the kids that have that dual citizenship because of that. Those rules that changed before, you used to sign you in order for you to go to the big leagues or sign up with the big league team, you had to sign with the Mexican team first, and then the Mexican team will sell you, and it was a long process. That's why there was not a lot of, there was not a lot of Mexican born players in the big leagues because they have their league over there. So it's like, I'm not gonna sell you. Why? You're gonna play for me, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that MLB did that independent, that all you got to do is be registered as an academy in Mexico in order for you to sell players to the MLB draft. So it's easy. It's easy, and that gives that flexibility. Like guys like Ethan Salas did that. Cachorro did that. Yeah, playing college it's fun. It's best of the best. But if you're able to change your career money wise or your life money wise at 16 and help your family, why not? If they're gonna pay for college, so in reality, it's a win-win.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, shoot. I'm not gonna say back then, but back then how many things would have changed for a lot of people, right?
Yeah,
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 but
for sure. No, man,
hey,
good stuff. That's great. That's awesome. Like I said,
We're changing the game a little bit.
yeah, that's all. I was just. But you're
yeah,
doing it. You're doing it, and you're might not realize that you're doing it, but you're doing a great job with these kids, and next thing you know, these kids go off and play college baseball or pros, minor leagues, and get married, have kids, and you know, be great citizens that you raised, that you molded them to for a certain way and your way. So that's great, man. I remember Cachorro when he was 10, 11 years old. Now he's with the Padres, right?
He's a top 10 prospect.
wow.
That's awesome.
Signed for a lot of money and a lot of school money.
Hmm. Great
He's
family,
doing great.
great fam.
Huge.
Yeah,
He was Cachorro was the guy that put me on the map with all those scouts.
yeah.
I told the scouts since I was playing. I was in Monterrey, and I told them like, yeah, I'm gonna have the best Mexican prospect.
Hmm.
They just laughed. Yeah, whatever. And sure did. He was the top prospect. He was the best Mexican prospect on his class. He was 92, 94 at 16, 6'4",
Man,
nasty hook, and he ended up the year in Double A at 20 years old.
that's awesome.
So hopefully he's in the big leagues in the next year or two.
We gotta get Wes and Rocks. We gotta link up.
Yeah, that's for sure. That'd be a dope one, man.
Well, Rox is yeah, we have to do that. Rox is doing the same thing with the Academia of, I think, Tigres.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That's what I'm saying because
So
he works with 13, 14-year-olds and he builds them up to get signed at
so
16.
that's whatever he's doing, I do it. But what we do, we practice in the states. We just cross the border for all those showcases and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. I'm using travel ball to build something down there.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, Killing two birds with one shot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Look at you, man.
That
Man,
that
that's
none of
good.
you guys knew that path either.
No, no, no. You learn something new every day.
yeah. You
Man,
figured that one out.
Compa Wes doing it over there.
Changing the game, brother. Giving those opportunities. That's at the end of the day, like I said, that's what we're here for.
When's your next big tournament? MLK?
I'm okay. We're gonna be in Huntington Beach.
HB.
We're taking two 14U teams and an 11U team.
Arre. Ay, ay,
Grinding.
casi nada.
Oh, it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make it top 4.
Yeah, for sure, man. But so what you guys practice Monday through Friday, or what do you got going?
No, we practice Wednesdays and Fridays. And we play it on the weekends.
Yeah, man. So
Wednesdays, Fridays.
you're
seems like
busy.
odd schedule.
You're busy,
Good
man.
schedule, though.
It's a tough schedule, but on Friday we go up north. We go up north for those North County kids,
Mm-hmm.
and we practice late. But I guess it's honestly Friday is like if you see it on the calendar, it's like oh Friday at 7.
Right.
But every parent likes that Friday at 7 because there's no traffic. Everybody shows up. Kids from Temecula can come down south and practice because they're only 45 minutes away, like us.
Right.
So, not a big deal.
So what's one thing you look at in a baseball player, with these scouts and college, MLB, whatever it is, what's one thing that, the kid's 12, 13, 14 years old, coming up, top prospect, what's one thing they look at? I mean, we probably know
Me?
some kind of
Or
answers.
well,
Yeah, you.
body language.
Yeah,
Body
your
language.
is
Body
key.
language. Body language. If they're coachable, if the parents are coachable,
Mm-hmm.
that's huge because MLB scouts, they don't want to deal with parents that are picky.
Right.
They don't. Uh, just body language, the way, the attitude, the approach. If they wanna play at the next level. A lot of kids they say it, but they don't have the desire. They think they do, but they don't. But it's just more the approach of how they're gonna approach the game,
Right.
in and outside. I got kids that are going to weightlifting, hitting sessions, pitching sessions, grind practice, physical therapists, uh,
Yeah.
mental coaches. They're doing all that. So I was like, all right, they want it.
Yeah.
They want it, and that's the first thing they see. Second, of course, their body, projection,
Yeah.
all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think body language is always huge, man. That's always been my thing too. It's like you can control that, right? We always tell everybody control what you can control, and I think as coaches, you always look at the little things that players can control: running hard, being a good teammate, and I think body language shows all that too. And you can kind of see through body language who's a leader, who's not, like what the roles are in the team. And I think that's the more kids and understand that it's like, hey man, we get it. You struck out. You don't got to throw your bat. You don't got to throw your helmet. It's gonna happen. So the faster and the easier way they do that, the more they realize like carrying yourself on and off the field is the biggest thing. In anything, not just in sports, but in the real world. You know what I mean? I think that's huge.
For sure.
It's huge, and it's super simple, but that can get you a long way or kick you out of this sport.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So
for sure.
fast.
All right, compa West, we're coming to an end here, man. I know you got stuff to do, and it's a Friday, so we're gonna hit you with some rapid questions here before we let you go. I know you probably have to, go eat some tacos from down the street or something. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Pitch clock or no pitch clock?
Yeah.
He said yeah. You don't
I'm not a
mind?
pitcher, so no, I'm not a pitcher, so whatever.
Okay. Favorite infielder of all time?
Well, can I name two?
Of course, you can name two.
Jeter because of his leadership,
Uh-huh.
but no hands like Omar Vizquel. I'm sorry.
Man, that's a good
Facts.
one. Omar Vizquel.
I agree.
A lot of
I
people don't know
agree.
about Omar Vizquel, huh?
I agree.
Man, okay. DH or no DH?
DH.
DH. Look at you. Pre-game meal. Dos, tres tacos de carne asada.
Aguachile.
Oh, okay. I know you're not a pitcher, but we're going to hit you with this one. Pitch com or no pitch com?
No. Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay, why? I want to. Let's get into that. Why yes and no?
Why?
We still
Why
got time.
yes? Cause why yes? It makes the game faster. At the next level, I get it.
Uh-huh.
Do that. Youth level, they make kids stupid. They don't think that for real.
Right. Right.
They're we're just providing some more info to them. Yeah, that's fine. But they're not thinking ahead. They're not thinking, all right, well, it might go this pitch, or hey, he might roll over. Look at the hands. That's an infielder. You know what I mean? Like we just make the kids more stupid.
Okay. And then probably harder steal.
Next
signs,
level,
too.
next level, yes. Next level, yes, because it's another level.
It's hard to steal signs too, huh?
Well, at the next level, you steal signs. You're gonna get her on the ribs. Simple as that.
What do you mean?
You guys,
Not if you were doing it within the game.
hey, you guys are lucky. No, but like, there's people that steal signs. I see kids doing this. I'm like, dude, you're lucky you're playing youth level, bro. Next level, you go to Mexican League, that'll be a fist fight right away.
Oh man.
Hey man,
Fist fight right away. We had one against Diablos, and it was like for the same reason. We just went like that, and they were like, boom, next guy right here. Woo!
Jesus. No, that I mean,
Yeah.
but
No, we got pitch con with our guys, and I mean, I feel like obviously if we're getting them ready for the next level, well, the next level is high school baseball. Once you get to high school baseball, they're gonna have to use pitch con.
Well, not everybody has that. Not everybody has that budget. You know what I mean? Even colleges, not every college has that budget. Well, I guess now everybody has them.
Everybody
Yeah,
has a budget, compa West. Look at you.
Yeah.
Look, you got Lululemon. I mean, come on, you're selling Lululemon merchandise.
you know, like
La camisa $90 at Dry Fit.
y los chores
Hey,
ahí,
there's always gonna be a client for something, right?
yeah. There's always gonna be a market for somebody.
Hey, good. This was great, man. This is a great episode. It's about time you come on, man. I'm like, man, how do we get West on? Hey, I'll be honest with you. Hey, Wes, didn't I text you? I was like, you have a laptop with a camera? He's like, come on, pa.
Come on, hey, you guys don't think there's Mexicanos with a little bit of higher budget? Come on, dude, killing me, Smalls.
No, they
Oh, he's right next to the border. They don't even have cameras down there. I was like, come on, bro.
Oh man, no, thank you for coming on, and again, congratulations on your successful, everything you've done for this game of baseball and grind baseball and the showcases, everything you do for these kids, and keep grinding, and you respect the game and you treat the game the right way. So, it's gonna keep blessing you. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely gonna see you out there too. Love to see the colors out there and see you guys getting the recognition, all that you guys deserve, and keep going. And we can't wait to see what you guys do afterwards and see what you do and what's on the next move for West and grind baseball. I think that's we're gonna look out for that and look forward to it, and looking forward to the good battles that we're definitely gonna have as well. So thank you again, man.
No, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
You guys just keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys know what you guys are doing. You guys are doing a great job. So keep that in line so I can learn from you guys.
I think in a couple of weeks we'll bring in TC and Aguilar and yourself. That'll be a good one.
Oh, that'll be great. Imagine that. Imagine that. Just imagine that with coaches and players. We'll be the best program in the country. Man.
Hey,
best California program in the country, right there.
Hey, my brother said to send him a size XL Lululemon Dry Fit.
Hey, that is next
tell
level.
your brother to have the norteño ready for me, and then I'll do that for him. Joaquin lo es y será.
All right, Wes. Thank you again for
All right, take it easy.
coming on, man. All right, episode 33.
Yeah, thank you guys again. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, share it, let everybody know. Appreciate it again for episode 33. We are out.
We out.